Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, little notify bell next to it, and then you click on all to make sure you get all of your Going In Raw notifications.
Yeah.
We're also available in the world of audio podcasts, wherever you like downloading your podcasts from. You can find Going In Raw, and if you leave us a rating, review, or a comment, it really goes a long way towards helping Going In Raw grow in Raw. Anyway,
growing in Raw.
We're trying to grow in Raw. I don't know what that means. Anyways, so yeah. And then we're also on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. If you want to know how we felt about the Oscars, about the XFL opening weekend.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday on Friendo Club TV.
We talked about all those things.
On Friendo Club TV, we did exactly that. And that was available for both new YouTube channel members, or all YouTube channel members, and, of course, all of our patrons.
Yes.
Today at the $5 a month and up mark, there on the Patreon, we're going to have a brand new episode of Ask Steve and Larson.
Is there a question thread up currently?
No, not yet.
All right, I'll take care of that.
All right, awesome. Very cool.
You continue with the introductions and
the
such.
spiel.
Yes.
We do have, I think, a couple new patrons from over the weekend, so I'm going to go ahead and give them some shout-outs.
Sounds good.
Jules E. Abrill, Arthur Jones, Steve Windsor, Mikhail, and Chris Hayton. Thank you very much for your support. We also have a brand new YouTube channel member, Oblivion Rio.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your support. Out the gate, Dom L has a super chat here. Let this be a lesson for Liv. Nobody messes with the new and improved Ruby Riott. Screw the rules. She has green hair. Yeah. Well, that's what Dom L said. She does have green hair.
She does have green hair.
What do you have?
No, I don't understand how that the screw the rules part. Is there a rule in WWE that you can't have green hair?
Well, then maybe he has a follow-up super chat. Maybe
right.
Dom L will explain further.
That's confusing to me.
No, he just says hashtag Ruby 2 belts. Which 2 belts would she get? None of these super chats make a whole lot of sense. Dom L.
I'm having a hard time putting this on. Granted, I'm operating at like 65% capacity right now, man. Whatever this bug is really...
Boy, it's nasty, isn't it?
Kicked me on my tail.
It's really nasty.
Like, I'm wheezy this morning. It's all right here. I feel like I have like a softball-sized hunk of phlegm that I need to cough up.
No.
And it's just destroying my day right now.
Oh, my goodness.
I got a huge thing of tea that right now is too hot for me to ingest. I'm hoping once that cools down to an acceptable temperature, I can start to at least, from the inside... soothe what ails me, but right now, man, I'm not in a good place.
You could say this bug has taken a bite out of you, Larson.
True.
Okay, man, let's get right to it. What'd you think of Shayna Baszler's?
It's weird. Why did she bite her?
Why did she bite her with such ferocity? Like that blood packet they used exploded way too much.
Yeah,
because it was cartoonish.
It was, but even just the act of her biting.
So I get, in theory, like the savagery of it.
No, I understand that too, but like I thought, if she was gonna do that, like bite her on the forehead. I know it's harder to disguise the wound, or bite a piece of her ear off or something. I don't know. You can do something with that.
Yeah, I thought the ear could have been pretty cool.
Do something like that.
Yeah,
and then she could spit it out. That's a good visual.
Yeah, totally.
And just have Becky's hair cover up the fact that she's not missing ear. She can grab a piece of ear. You can kayfabe that she got it sewed back on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought it was. I thought it was. It was effectively shocking in that, like, you're never gonna forget how she made her debut.
But then everybody's just making all these vampire jokes.
Yeah, or cannibal jokes. Less so. Like, I see more vampire jokes.
Yeah, and I don't think that was the intent. Like, everybody's like seriously asking, "Oh, is Shayna a vampire now?"
Yeah, people think that she's like the Brood,
and I don't think that was the. I hope that was
the Brood ever actually bite anybody.
I'm sure Gangrel did.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm like on camera.
Yeah, I'm sure Gangrel did.
Oh, okay. I don't remember him ever doing that on camera.
He actually had vampire teeth.
I don't remember ever gimmicking blood. I mean, I know he had the goblet of blood, but I don't remember him ever doing that. He probably did.
I don't know. I mean, it was. I appreciate, as you mentioned, the fact they want to make it savage.
They're trying to make it. They're trying to be creative with it.
Yeah, and I appreciate all that. Just that being said, it just didn't make a whole lot of sense.
I think for me, it boils down to this. I thought that I was okay with them taking what seemed to be kind of a risk of it being goofy and at least trying something kind of cool. Because in theory, it's kind of cool, but it did end up being a bit on the goofy side.
Yeah.
Cause just for me, it was mainly the visual of just how much fake blood that I saw on her face, because it just quite obviously was not real,
not genuine
blood. Yeah,
no.
I didn't expect her to go in there and actually bite the crap out of her neck.
Imagine if she had her in the clutch and just reached down and like nibbled on her ear a little bit.
Yeah. Well, then you're getting into like
savagely,
little lovey-dovey.
No, like savagely nibble.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Can you savagely nibble something? I don't know.
Like she was aggressively eating an ear of corn.
Yeah.
Like that. I thought that.
Right, yeah, okay. There you go. That could work. This is a good one. Bud Ryan here in chat says, Shane only bit Becky because someone ate all the succulent, the best prime rib in catering.
I'm going to go on a detour here because I feel like it. I always feel like I'm conflicted when it comes to prime rib. I like the end piece because it has all the seasoning on the outside, but that's the most well-done part. And when it comes to prime rib, you really need it medium rare.
I don't want, all that seasoning is too much for me.
No.
It's
I need
too
all
much.
that salt and pepper, man. It's so good.
Oh, it's too much.
That's what,
too much salt, too much pepper.
Together. No, that's the best part of it.
I just like the meat. I'm like Shayna. I just want to dig in.
Sometimes when you get in the middle of a prime rib, it's like, all right, this tastes like meat. There's nothing more than just meat flavor.
Yeah, right.
I like something more than just meat flavor. I like flavor on top of my meat flavor.
A little bit of the heel.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
Probably. It's like the heel of the bread.
The rump, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so, there's our thoughts on that. Be interested to see
we'll
what
get into it more later.
Our friendos say. There you go, W.S. Fletcher with the Shayna Alucard.
Yeah.
That's from Castlevania?
Correct.
Is that right? Did I get my game references
You got it right.
correct?
We spent so much time doing gaming top 10s, we should learn something.
Just gone. All gone, man.
Before we get more into that, show kicked off with Team Seth. Mm-hmm. Monday Night Messiah and his crew coming out, dropping a promo.
Man, that jacket was something else.
That's a nice jacket.
That was a nice jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Looked great.
It had the lining on it.
Yeah.
The fleece lining looked good.
Black on black. It was good.
Yeah, it was good. So he says, hey, this new moniker, Monday Night Messiah, has really started to grow on me.
I thought he was going to give his crew a proper name, but no, nothing.
Not yet.
Let's call him the church.
Yeah, no. And he said, I've realized how difficult it is for fans to speak from their hearts to make these difficult decisions, but I'm here to do that for you, to teach you to speak what's on your mind and make these difficult decisions. And Seth says, I'm here to lead us all into the future. He's upset that Kevin Owens and the War Raiders got involved in Triple Threat last week, blames them for costing him his title shot against Brock, and says, I'm a man of patience. My patience is wearing thin with Kevin Owens, but I'm here to preach a message of unity. And we're not leaving this ring until that message is heard. Out comes Kevin Owens. Before he says anything, though, Seth talks a lot about, hey, Kevin, don't get in over your head. Don't come out here and be a martyr. We've seen what happened to Hanson and Samoa Joe. Mm-hmm. And Owens says, well, Seth, you still talk way too much.
Yeah.
You need to talk less.
Didn't he say he looks goofy or he doesn't look cool or something?
Yeah, probably.
He commented on his looks. I was like, I don't know, man. Seth looks kind of cool
He
right
does
now.
look really cool.
Yeah.
And Owen says, I only know one thing to do, and that's just to keep fighting. But I'm not alone. Enter Viking Raiders. Seth says, this is actually pretty funny. Seth says, and you had no trouble finding people to help you. You've had trouble keeping them upright.
Yeah.
And then he goes into like hands to the row and starts pushing them.
Yeah.
And chopping them.
And he's like, they seem fine.
They seem pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
Let's go fight. So they walk down the ring. Brawl breaks out. And Samoa Joe sneaks up behind Seth Rollins. Locks him in coquina clutch. More brawling all over the place. And kind of ends with Owens hitting a stunner on Murphy.
I think at that point it was then announced that we're going to get later in the night an 8-man.
I think it was announced in advance.
Tag match.
It was announced
was
it
beforehand?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah, it was announced in the Raw preview. It was one of two things that was announced before the show started.
Well, at this point in the show, I think they mentioned it. Anyways,
They did.
One thing that I think is probably this was one of my favorite things going for like a couple of weeks, and I still really enjoy it. One thing that I kind of wish that we'd see though is so they're doing a lot of multi-man matches with this feud.
Yeah,
which is fine because there's a lot of people, but Be kind of cool if they did like a Kevin Owens one-on-one with somebody.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes that could be a bit more effective than just like a whole cluster match, you know?
Oh, but the issue with that potentially is that it'll start out 1-on-1, but it'll end up being a cluster anyways because people will get involved.
Yeah, I know, but I just think that might be a bit more effective. I like the elimination thing that went down a couple weeks ago. Whatever.
That was good for Owens.
That was really good for Owens. But I don't know. I just kind of want to see a one-on-one match of some sort. I'm sure we'll get one at some point. It'll happen.
Tranquilo, it'll happen.
No, now.
No.
I might not be alive next week, man.
It's true, the way this bug is going,
I need to see it
man.
now. I didn't know how it's going to happen now.
Really, I just want to go crawl in bed.
Yeah, man, it was so hard to wake up because we talked about this the other day, some NyQuil. I just took like a half shot, but boy, the dreams are so lucid.
Yeah.
I was dreaming about that crappy Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
I want to go check that Harley Quinn one out because I hear it's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's gotten good reviews, but
It's
that
gotten
sounds
good
like a
reviews.
nightmare. I had a dream too. I don't remember what it was. I just feel like every day since I've gotten sick, my body's found a new way to make myself feel awful.
Oh, wow.
Like one morning I woke up, I felt like I got hit by a car.
Oh,
My
man.
whole body hurt.
Holy crap.
The other day I woke up and I felt like someone poured concrete in my sinuses.
I feel like it's like you're a wrestler. I feel like that's how they wake up every morning.
And today it's just my lungs.
Yeah. Oh, that's the lung. That's what you need. You need the stamina right there, man.
I don't have it today.
Oh, wow.
I don't.
No Iron Man matches for you then.
I breathe in and I feel wheeze.
All right.
It's not fun. Anyways, next we had a Raw Women's title match, Becky Lynch versus Asuka. It was cool that Becky Lynch came down while Owens and Joe and the Raiders were kind of milling back up the ramp.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
That was neat.
Yeah. No time wasted.
No, Asuka comes down after the commercial. She has a promo. I believe she says beating Becky is going to be easy peasy. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I got from it.
Yeah, I heard the easy peasy part.
It was a really fun match. A lot of really good back and forth.
Yeah, no, this is a quality match.
And it was fast.
Yeah, it was.
Like even when they were trying to do submission holds, it wasn't rest holds. They were working their way out of it.
I like the part where Kairi Sane got on the apron and then Becky tried to kick at her and she just fell. She just like threw herself off. She just jumped away from it.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, that was great. So later on, Becky sends Asuka from the ring, goes for forearm off the apron, and then Kairi pushes Asuka out of the way. She takes that forearm. And then Asuka kicks Becky in the back, puts her back in the ring, runs into a boot. Becky goes off second rope. Asuka gets a code breaker. That gets her a 2 count. But, man, there's just so much going on here.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot that I couldn't keep track of. Anyways, the end saw Becky goes for a leg drop off second rope. Asuka tries again the Asuka lock, and it was a really good bit where they were like jockeying for position. Becky was trying to fight out of it. Asuka was trying to lock it in. And it went to this extended sequence of roll-ups, pinning combinations. That was really good.
Yeah.
And then in the end, Becky hit a Uranagi to get the win.
Interesting way to get a win.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen her win with an Uranagi. We haven't seen the manhandle slam anymore. Remember she was busting that out for a finish? So awkward.
I hated that. I was not happy with that move. It was just nobody knew how to do it.
Yeah. The name wasn't great either. I think it was a better name. It might have.
Yeah, that's a good point. Manhandle. It's not a great manhandle.
I mean, I get the phrase manhandle.
Me too. Yeah, but just because it's like pump handle, manhandle. I get it. It just doesn't.
Why
really
not the man slam?
The man slam. Well, that sounds like a Denny's breakfast.
Yeah, I know.
You want a man slam?
That does sound like a Denny's breakfast.
I'll take a man slam and unlimited pancakes plus 2 more pancakes.
2 additional pancakes for extra $2. Yes.
Yes.
So anyways, so Becky wins, and then Shayna attacks her from behind, gets on her, ground and pound, locks in the clutch for a little bit, and then just throws her to the mat face first.
Yeah.
And that's when she spits out her mouthpiece.
I'm hungry for some blood.
Neck meat for dinner.
Yeah.
And then she pulls her head up, and there's just blood everywhere.
1, 2, 3. 3 pints of blood from my mouth.
Yeah. Shayna had she's got some of the best WWE merch Shayna does. Like the shirt she was wearing last night looked great.
Oh, I didn't notice, but she
man,
traditionally does.
She does have some of the best merch.
That's good stuff.
Maybe she has someone design it for her.
That could be. Oh, yeah, as opposed to a dude who's like...
Yeah, whoever, the interns.
That one guy.
So we go to like a picture-in-picture commercial. Trainers coming out, and they attend to Becky. They're escorting her backstage, and the camera's following the whole time, so we get to see her walk through Gorilla. And like they're trying to treat her in the ring a little bit, and she's like, careful, it hurts.
Oh, be careful, it hurts.
But then she go between, that hurts so bad. Leave me alone, I'm fine.
Yeah.
She vacillated between the two.
Difficult patient.
And then we come back, and they're trying to get Becky to go to the hospital, and she's like, no, I don't want to go. It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, she said that.
She said it's just a flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound.
And so, yeah, that kind of continued throughout the show. But before we get to that, Steve.
Yeah, here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, Manscaped. Hey, Larson.
Yeah?
You know that Valentine's Day is coming up soon.
Yeah.
You know, Otis and Mandy got that big date.
It's true.
And do you want to be the dude with the thick bush or be minus some ball skin this year when it's time to get down to business with your lady? Or do you want to be the man when it comes to grooming your man? So,
Of course, I'd rather be the man, Steve.
Yeah, dude.
And I can't tell you how many times I've taken some trimmers down there to clean up my business, only for them to take a bite out of my ball skin. But thanks to Manscaped, I can groom my junk and leave my ball skin where it belongs. You know where that is?
on your balls?
On my balls.
I'm sorry, I'm reading this with Otis in mind.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Manscaped has completely redesigned the electric trimmer. Their engineering team spent 18 months perfecting the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created and just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0. This third-generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to put an end to ball skin mishaps. Millions and millions of balls are going to be cut-free thanks to Manscaped's advanced skin-safe technology.
Lawnmower 3.0 also has a handy LED light attached to it so you can see that what you're trimming is in fact ball hair and not ball skin.
Hey!
And now we can all get a precise trim without fear of cuts or snags.
Ouch.
Manscaped has also upgraded Lawnmower 3.0 with a 7,000
Oh my
RPM
God.
motor with quiet stroke technology. Get yourself the best gift of all this Valentine's Day. Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0. It's a gift for both you and your lover.
How do you get 7,000 RPMs and it's quiet stroke? That's crazy.
It's a miracle, man.
That's crazy technology. Anyways, right now get 20% off and free shipping with the code GIR at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code GIR. Stay sexy this Valentine's Day like Otis.
Yeah.
And Manscaped. Trust us. Trust us.
Trust us. Your balls will thank you.
Yes.
As will your lover.
You a little small typo here, and you did great in the notes. But it says, trust us, you balls, and your lover will thank you.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Yeah, check out Manscaped.
Yes, check it out.
After that, we had a very fast match.
Yeah.
Mojo Rawley and Riddick Moss versus the Street Profits.
Yeah, before our match starts, Street Profits are like, hey, you say you're not a coward, 24/7 belt's not going to be coward's belt anymore, and yet, look at you, you're hiding behind Riddick Moss. Mm-hmm. And then also you've made your career out of riding Gronk's coattails.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Anyways, about 90 seconds later, Montez Ford was pitting Riddick Moss after a frog splash.
I'm not going to complain, man. Street Profits had an actual match on TV.
I know.
Better than them just standing around talking.
I know. And then afterwards, Riddick Moss rolls up Mojo
That was awesome.
to become new 24/7 champion.
Didn't see that one
And
coming.
escapes through the crowd, and he had a tweet, and he was like, yeah, time for me to get out from under your wing.
It's been 3 long weeks.
I know.
He just got so tired of Mojo's crap on the road, probably. He's like, screw this, man.
It's like,
I'm my own
Mojo,
guy.
all you do is talk about 69.
Yeah. Like, I can only stand someone. Can we talk about other positions even? Can we talk about reverse cowgirl, please? No, you just want to talk about your nose being in somebody's butthole.
Yeah.
I'm not into that, man.
Not into that.
Not into that. Too many bad experiences.
Yep.
I want to smell somebody's food, bro.
After that, Becky, she's being escorted to an ambulance, and they're like, go to the hospital. She says no. And finally, she's like, all right, fine, I'll go to the hospital. And then she steals the ambulance to go to the hospital herself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's got to be illegal.
Oh, definitely. I mean, she took the ambulance driver and tossed him out of there.
Pretty sure it's like a special license you got to have to.
Yeah, it's a certain class, I think. You just can't.
It's like Class C, I think.
Yeah, an average Joe just can't take an ambulance and drive, even though it's just a van. But
Yeah, but still, there's like fancy stuff.
yeah, it's lights and alarms and
Yeah,
sirens and such.
all the fancy stuff.
Next, we the return of the VIP lounge with MVP.
I thought MVP was pretty strong in this.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
I thought that was pretty cool. His special guest was Drew McIntyre, who doesn't quite understand the protocol of the red rope, of the rope.
The velvet rope.
Velvet rope.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Because he just like saw it and
Well, here's the question:
kicked
is
it
like
down.
the MVP invited, I would assume, Drew to be the guest on VIP Lounge.
They should
He should have been on the list.
they open it for him.
Yeah, They should
Yeah.
look at the list, and he should be able to get in. That's how it works.
Well, didn't MVP say tonight's guest is Drew McIntyre?
That's what I'm saying. That he should
And
be
then
on
he
the.
comes down.
He should be on the VIP list because there are a couple
Yeah.
dudes there and behind the velvet rope, and I think one of them had a clipboard. The list. This is a guest list.
Well, there's only one guy. It should be his name, and that's it.
It should be huge.
Yeah.
It should be one piece of paper,
Exactly.
8 by 10, and huge letters should say Drew McIntyre.
But instead, he just kicks down.
Instead, he
velvet
kicked it
rope.
over, and then he says something like, "Oh, sorry about that. I forgot how it worked," or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, this whole thing is about MVP making his pitch to Drew.
How effective did you think his pitch was?
Oh, it's terrible.
You don't think Drew should have at least considered it?
No,
No.
it was awful.
Because he said,
He butters him up first.
Yeah, he butters him up. Then he tries to bring him down. He's like, I think you're great, but everybody's talking crap about you.
And Drew's like, "Well, who's talking crap?"
Who's talking crap about me now?
And then MVP went to I'm not saying who people are talking crap, but people are talking crap. People saying that you don't have what it takes to be WWE champion yet.
Like if he would have busted out like a chart with some graphs and some like pie charts or like some graphs with like rising numbers.
And a Venn diagram.
Yeah, like a Venn diagram. There you go. Like, success, power, MVP.
Exactly.
That's where the circles meet.
Exactly.
In the
That's
middle.
the commonality.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, if he would have taken a positive approach, as in, under my guidance, this is what people have achieved. And yes, back it with numbers, stats, analytics.
Yeah. This is what I've done in the past.
Just don't say, people are talking trash, but with me, we can, silence the naysayers. He didn't even say that. He said, with me, you can ignore them.
Yeah. It was a pretty bad
It was a horrible
presentation.
pitch.
Yeah.
And then MVP essentially offers to be Drew's kind of mentor, but also manager, and help guide him through the headaches of being champion. MVP doesn't have any experience being WWE champion.
He was a U.S. champion.
Yeah, no, he was the first IWGP Intercontinental champion, but he's never been WWE heavyweight champion.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So Drew asked the crowd, "Hey, should I consider this?" They boo. And then Drew's like, do you want to be my Paul Heyman, essentially? And
Yeah,
MVP's
you
like,
want to
"Yeah."
be my advocate.
And then Drew says, there's a difference between myself and Brock. I don't need an external brain making decisions for me. I can speak for myself. I don't need anybody talking for me. And I don't need anybody kissing my ass.
Yeah.
And then...
this is great, though. MVP did not step down. He stepped up.
Yeah.
He said...
he's like, whoa there.
He said something like, God, what did he say?
He says, I don't kiss ass, I kick ass.
Yeah, I kick it. Yeah, or I
Yeah.
stomp it or something like that.
Yeah.
It was pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Gets
and
up
then
and-
Drew just shakes his head, turns, and MVP grabs him by the wrist and goes, don't you turn away from me. And then and makes his case, one final case. You need me. And then Drew turns again like he's going to walk away and then hits MVP with a headbutt.
Oh, yeah.
And then claymores him into the couch.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was great.
rad.
And he takes his shirt off.
Drew was really great here, man. He's so natural. He's so like in his habitat, being the top dog.
Yeah, I know.
It was great. It was awesome. No more henchmen for him.
No, man. Showcase why he's the best.
Yep.
Next, Angel Garza versus Cedric Alexander.
But before that actually happened, Zelina Vega got on the mic. She threw to a video to prove why he's a man.
Such a man.
And it was him attacking Carrillo.
Yeah.
And then Angel drops a promo, and he says, I'm a man's man. And evidently, barring the fact that he has recently engaged to like a weather lady.
Yeah.
She's on the news.
Yeah, we actually saw their engagement. It happened in NXT.
It did. We saw it.
Yeah.
He's still a ladies' man.
He says because no one can resist him.
Ladies cannot resist him. So I believe it. He's very good looking.
Oh, yeah. Man, he's super handsome.
Another handsome man comes running down to the ring. Carrillo.
His haircut needs work, though.
Yeah, I know. I thought the same thing.
What's the deal with that?
It's like anti-sideburns.
And it's asymmetrical. Like one side is like he's got a fade going. The other one is like a hard line.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's been that way for a few weeks.
Oh, wow.
So it's long on top, and then one side has got a good fade going, which is like cool, and the other side, it is an anti-burn. It starts like here, and then has like a little zigzag.
Yeah. Yeah, if I look like that, I wouldn't be doing, messing with my hair too much. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's like a new thing. Maybe it's like from the La Futura. It's from the future.
Maybe.
He's a time traveler.
Maybe it's just me showcasing how much of an old man I am.
There's that too. That could be totally. We're not exactly in touch.
But the fade on the one side looks great.
Yeah, no, just
It's very hard, yeah.
The hard cut.
Yeah, with the anti-burns.
Not huge on it.
No. Anyways, yeah, Carrillo runs down, beats up Garza.
Two big spine busters.
Yeah, they were great looking spine busters. Why didn't you do that more often?
I don't know, it looked great.
They look great.
Really good.
So security comes down, breaks it up. They escort Carrillo backstage. Cedric's like, oh, ring the bell. I'm going to take advantage of this.
Yeah.
So he charges towards Garza, and
This
Garza
is like 3 minutes.
I know.
man.
Garza sneaks in between the ropes and, get back.
Yeah.
Zelina hops up on the apron, distract the ref, and then Garza comes charging towards Cedric. Cedric eventually gets the upper hand, gets a bunch of offense in, tries for a baseball slide, and Garza catches that, drops him on his face ringside, and he goes over like he's about to peel back the mat, and Zelina's like, "Hey, Garza, don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that.
Yeah, not for this guy.
Yeah,
He's just on main event.
yeah." And then Cedric tosses him to the ring steps. There's a little more back and forth, and Cedric goes for a springboard. Garza hits him with a super kick. Rips off his pants. He had some great looking like iridescent pants. Those were
Yeah,
new.
they're blue. They're really, really good.
And then hits wing clipper for the win.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if his opponent's chin is resting on his shoulder when he hits the wing
it's
clipper.
tucked. It's tucked.
right.
I watched it again. It's tucked. Now that makes a little bit more sense to me.
'Cause it's
I'm
tucked?
Still not. I'm still not a big fan of the
Because
move.
depending on the angle with which it's tucked, that could be a lot of torque on the neck when they compact.
Yeah, and I like that Cedric laid himself out with this, as opposed to who was a Swerve, who was just sort of looking up and around when he got the 3 count. I hate when you do that. Just go down. You're out. You're out. Cedric did that. It's like the shock to the spine was so great that
Yeah, exactly.
he's out. Still don't like the move.
Next, Rhea Ripley interview. She's still waiting for Charlotte to give her an answer. In walks Sarah Logan, and she's like, "Hey, you think you can just show up in Raw and do what you want? Who do you think you are?"
I'm Rhea Ripley. Who are you?
That actually seemed like genuine. Like, who are you?
Yeah, she was trying to piece it together in her head. That was a shoot right there.
Yeah.
She probably had actual lines of dialogue, but she was,
Like, who?
she was legit confused.
Who snuck backstage and asked me this question?
Like
That's
some
probably what Rhea
weird
thought.
fan is over here
Yeah.
with some face makeup.
After that, Bob Lashley had an interview. He asked about how his match last week, that triple threat that he didn't win.
Oh boy,
Didn't
Lana
go as planned.
just starts talking.
Yeah, Lana hijacked this interview.
She will not stop talking.
He goes on and on about how Ricochet stole Bobby's dream of facing Brock Lesnar, and Lashley interrupts her.
Finally.
Yeah, and this person says, the dream's over for Ricochet. Brock's going to thank me because I'm going to bring Ricochet back to reality.
Yeah.
When I beat him.
Lashley just sounds like uneven whenever he talks after Lana. I think he's just. Could you imagine, man? Poor Rusev. You think now it's like, oh man, they had this great story for me. I was doing really good, and then in the end, I'm not on TV, and my wife is out there with the guy who's like way buffer and cooler than I am. Well, I don't know about cooler, but way buffer, anyways.
Yeah.
Lashley is like all meat.
Yeah, man.
And Rusev kind of looks like a potato next to him.
I don't know, but Rusev's in really good shape.
Yeah, he's in decent shape, but not Bobby Lashley shape. Few humans are.
Yeah, I know.
But you see, like Lashley's or Lana's just out there with him. He's got to be thinking, how did I end up in this situation? Like, that was my amazing.
He's going to be in that. They announced that trophy match, something on their mountain. I don't
Yeah,
remember what it's called.
yeah. It was
Trophy.
It's like a gauntlet match.
Yeah, for Crown Royal that
He's in
Rusev
it.
and Lashley are both in.
Rowan's in it, and AJ Styles in it.
R-Truth, and
Was
Andrade.
Gallows in there? Oh no,
Andrade.
Yeah, okay, Andrade. Yeah,
And whoever wins that gets trophy.
that's cool. They love their trophies over there.
Yeah, they got to have some sort of tournament gauntlet match thing, trophy.
Was
thing.
that everybody that's going to be in it? Do we
I
know?
think so.
Oh,
I think it's
okay.
6-man,
6-man. Okay.
gauntlet match.
All right. I wonder who's going to win that one.
I don't know. Maybe that'll be the blow off of this Rusev Lashley feud.
There you go.
Anyways, next we had Sarah Logan versus Rhea Ripley. Sarah comes out and drops a promo and says, "I'm Sarah Logan, and I'll defend my turf." Rhea
she
Ripley,
was shouting during this too.
get out here.
Get out here.
So Rhea comes out. Charlotte walks up on the stage. This was not much of a match. In fact, Rhea was obviously distracted by Charlotte this entire time, and yet had no problem dispatching Sarah Logan in about 45 seconds.
Quite the multitasker, because she literally was staring at Charlotte the entire time.
Yeah, she was essentially wrestling this whole match no look.
Yeah.
She wasn't looking at
was
Sarah
very
pretty much the
impressive.
entire time.
Yeah, very
Hip trip
impressive.
tied for the win. Rhea grabs the mic, says, "Charlotte, you still haven't given me an answer. I want an answer." Charlotte says, "Maybe that's just how the queen operates,
Yeah.
not answering questions." Rhea calls her a royal pain in the. Charlotte interrupts her, says, "Hey, I even wonder if you're going to be champion after TakeOver." Woo.
Joke's on you, Charlotte. They've already booked me to win that match. That's why this is between us.
It's like, Rhea, you're not supposed to say that publicly.
Yeah. Who are you? I'm Rhea Ripley. Anyways. Yeah, she woos at her. After that, Bobby Lashley versus Ricochet. at gorilla position, though, before this match, we had a Ricochet interview.
Yeah.
And he said he had to memorize a lot of dialogue with
Yeah, he
Vince
did.
probably just standing there staring at him.
Yeah.
But he handled it okay.
Yeah. He's talking about how
You're just talking way too much.
he's had a dream of being WWE champion, and he's not going to let Lashley get in the way of that. And if he has to, goodness gracious, crawling, beat up, he's going to make it to Crown Royal to get his title opportunity against Brock. And so we have match. This is a fun match.
Yeah, no, this match was actually a lot of fun.
And once again, Bob Lashley, in terms of type of competitor, in terms of a large dude that's athletic, is the proxy for Brock.
Yeah.
So by Ricochet defeating Bob Lashley last night, is supposed to put the thought in the audience's mind that he has a chance against Brock Lesnar. We've seen this before in other people's matches leading up to matches against Brock. They beat Bob Lashley. Oh, this guy has a chance against Brock because Bob Lashley is huge, jacked, and can move really fast.
Yeah, the problem is it's Bob Lashley's no Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar is really booked like a singular individual in WWE.
Yeah.
He's top boss, essentially.
This was fun, though. Bob Lashley sells really good. Like, for his size, half the time when he's selling, I'm like, holy crap, did he just really mess himself up? There was the, I think it was like a moonsault off maybe like the steps or something like that on the outside.
Yeah.
And Lashley, like,
oh, he crumpled.
The way he fell, like his knee looked like it buckled, and he was fine, but it was like, holy crap, man.
He's got a way of tossing his body around that doesn't seem like he should be able to do it for a guy his size.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty impressive.
And there was that spell where every match he was just like taking a tumble off over the top rope.
Yeah.
Stiff bumps, too.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Anyways, Ricochet won. Lashley tried to overpower him through this whole match. In the end, though, Ricochet hit a couple drop kicks and a nasty-looking 630.
It was cool, though, like
that
finish, though, Lashley trying to go for the super belly to back from, like, the second rope or
top rope. Yeah, second rope, yeah.
And he fell, but Ricochet was able to spin out of it and land on his feet.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, crap, that took more out of Lashley than it did me. So then he had...
Drop kick.
Yeah.
630 for the win.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
This next sequence is really good. So Randy Orton comes out for a promo. He's like, I still haven't explained my actions to any of you. What I did to Edge hurt me more than it hurt him. And then Matt Hardy comes out. Hardy has a mic. He says, I want to know why you did it, just like everybody here does. Everyone knows my history with Edge, and that starts a Lita chant.
Yeah. That's the big history right there.
And says, a certain point, no one disliked Edge more than me. But said before all that, we were best friends. Me, my brother, Edge, his kayfabe brother, Christian. Making towns, sharing hotel rooms to save money.
One of those towns was Bakersfield.
Correct.
Because I ran into Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
In a McDonald's. And Jeff thought he was Christian.
Yeah.
And I ran up to him right before he was going to say something and make a damn fool of himself.
You're Jeff Hardy.
And I said, you're Jeff Hardy. And he said, yeah, man.
As if to correct Jeff before he made a
exactly.
grave mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
He could have eaten a twist of fate right there in that McDonald's.
He never done a swanton.
Yeah. Said they talked about revolutionizing the ladder match, inventing the TLC match, and says whatever dislike or disdain or hatred I had for Edge was gone when he was forced to retire. They made nice, and that Edge would get in touch with Matt and ask him, what if? And then Hardy says, then he came and made the most miraculous return ever. And Randy, you took that away from him.
Yeah.
And that's when Orton got upset. Because before that, Orton was like, yeah, all right.
Nothing you're saying is wrong, pal.
Yep. And then Orton tries to RKO him. Matt fights it off. Throws the mic at Randy's tummy.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Punches him into the corner. Randy fights him off. RKO.
Boom.
Orton brings a bunch of chairs in the ring. Concerto.
Ouch. And then Matt, of course, as he does these days, whenever he shows up on WWE TV, he tweets out goodbye.
Well, this one, apparently his contract's up 1st of March.
It's still 20 days, man.
I know.
Yeah, but the way they did this, they had like all the trainers come and tend to him. So
it makes it seem like he'd
be written off. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So March, what's the first Dynamite after March 1st? The Exalted One will be revealed.
Yeah, probably. The 4th.
There
March
you
4th,
go. All right.
His contract's expiring. There's no compete clause. You can just sign with AEW. I imagine 12:01 a.m. on March 1st.
Yep.
And be in the clear.
I wonder if that's going to be what he wants to do, or if he's going to wait out for his brother to because Jeff has time added because of injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
So who knows how long that's going to be.
I know he's been out for a while.
He's been out for
Apparently
a while.
He's going to be showing up at the PC soon. I guess to see if he's close to return.
Yeah. Ugh.
I think between injury and because he had knee surgery, I believe.
It's got to be at least 6 months, right?
Oh, more than that. He's been out for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. After that Ruby Riott interview, she was asked to explain her attack on Liv Morgan. She says that I know the real Liv Morgan. She's a puppy dog. Mm-hmm. I'm not buying Liv's transformation that she's, her own woman now.
She can change her hair.
She can, take the pink out of her hair.
Yeah.
Ruby says, I know Liv. She's a follower. Mm-hmm. And I'm here to put her in her place.
Yes.
Next.
Aleister Black versus Akira Tozawa. I swear we've had this match before.
Yeah, and it was probably longer than this one. This is another 45-second match. Aleister wins with a black mass. I actually really liked this promo he dropped afterwards.
Yeah.
He says, I'm appreciative that I can share all these intimate moments with you all.
Yeah, it's good.
And I appreciate all of you.
Yeah.
And he says something about, I know what it's like to rebel against paradise.
Mm-hmm.
And
this is because each and every one of you is escaping whatever your version of paradise is.
Yeah. And it says, I know a thing or two about rebelling against paradise.
Yeah.
Good. Because there's like biblical connotations there.
Yeah.
It's great.
But also relating to the working man.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
man.
good.
It's all over the place.
It's good. And he says, I'm starting to feel like an animal trapped inside of a cage.
I'm like an ice cream, like a
ice cream trapped in the bottom of a freezer. And then he says, from now on, the opponents aren't going to be he's not going to be in the ring with opponents. They're going to be trapped inside this cage with him.
With an animal. Didn't he say an animal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we go backstage. Ambulance pulls up. It's Becky. She got all stitched up, I guess. She has a promo then. Says, they numbed me up real good. Gave me some good pain meds.
Ooh, touchy subject here in America.
Yeah, I know. Calls out Shayna. Says,
is that going to be her new gimmick? Oxy addict.
Says she's run through everyone else here. And it's going to be different with you, Shayna, because I'm going to break you down week by week, little by little. But, Shayna, you better find me before I find you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was really hoping that, Becky be on the lookout. And then, Shayna would just, is to go on the vampire thing, just descend from the sky, fly down, bat, poof.
It's just
materialize as human,
just on one wire,
yeah, but no, get the fake bat flying in,
yeah,
poof.
That's good too. I like that.
You never did see What We Do in the Shadows, did you?
No, I need to. I really need to.
Especially the 7th episode. That was
all right.
I've never laughed so much at a throwaway line as I have in that particular show. It's a funny show.
I'll do it. I know. I got to check it out.
You're
Taika Waititi. I know.
He's involved.
I know.
In
that.
And Jermaine Clement. I think he's involved in that too.
Yeah, I think he is too. And then one of the dudes that's in it, Matt Berry, is one of my favorite British comedians.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's hilarious. He's the Clem Fandango guy.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Clem Fandango?
Yeah. He's really funny in that.
Yes.
Can you hear me, Clem Fandango?
Yes, I can hear you, Steven.
We get a quick shot of Owens, Samoa Joe, and War Raiders walking backstage, and that brings us to our main event. The 3 of them versus 4 of them. Mm-hmm. Seth, Murphy. AOP. I can't. Maybe whenever I hear Murphy, I just think RoboCop now. Murphy.
Yeah, I know. I was totally gonna Photoshop RoboCop on his Raw roster page.
Yeah.
But then the first day that it was there, it wasn't loading for me. So that stupid joke was dated immediately. Anyway, Seth gets back on the mic. He's got one more thing to say, but then a brawl just breaks out all over the place.
Yeah.
Goes to commercial, back from commercial. And we're off and running.
Yeah. Fun enough match. A lot of madness, a lot of crazy brawling throughout. A lot of shenanigans from Seth specifically.
Mm-hmm.
He was always constantly up to no good, it seems like. Buddy was getting beat up a lot. He was the one on the heel team that was getting isolated.
Yeah.
And then Ray Rowe's always the guy that gets isolated for the War Raiders.
He's the Carl Anderson of the group.
Yeah, which is weird. I guess Hanson's like the larger.
Yeah, I think it just makes sense.
But Ray Rowe's not a small guy.
No, he's not. But Hanson's obviously much bigger.
It just feels formulaic when you have a tag match, and it's always Ray Rowe that gets isolated.
On the other hand, like whenever it's the Mustache Mountain guys, the bigger dude does get isolated. It's
Trent Seven, yeah,
but not necessarily the stronger dude.
No.
Because he just looks like me, basically, in underwear.
I know.
Well, with like
Did
amazing
you see that
hair.
bit where I didn't watch it, but he hit a burning hammer on Eddie Dennis through a table or something during their Four Corners of Steel match?
I really want to watch that match, so I think that's where Eddie Dennis got messed up, which is a bummer. But man, I really want to watch that match. It's probably really good.
I've never heard of the type of match where they take all the turnbuckle covers off.
Oh no, I never heard of that either.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the finish of this. Joe had Buddy.
Oh man, that was great.
Joe had Buddy in the clutch. And then Seth comes in and drops him with a stomp.
That was great.
That was cool.
And Buddy just kind of flops onto the cover accidentally. Yeah. That was really good.
Yeah, that was rad.
That was a really cool finish. I was really hoping Joe would get that win because the faces really haven't won anything.
Yeah.
In this whole stretch, which
I
guess means at the end they're going to win the big one.
Maybe you would think. I mean, I don't know what that match is even going to be. I mean, I would think that War Raiders are probably going to get those titles back. I mean, I guess they could do Joe and Kevin, but I kind of feel like that would be too much like what's already happening right now. Like Seth is just being selfish.
Yeah. So
you put them on War Raiders, and then AOP can take it off of them.
Or you can do a situation where it's War Raiders versus Seth and Buddy, and then Owens and Joe help War Raiders win, and then AOP can.
Yeah.
But then what does that leave for Joe and Owens and Seth and Buddy come WrestleMania?
Well, at Mania, I think it's probably just going to end up being like Seth and Owens, and then I don't know, Joe and Buddy will have a little story in the Battle Royal or something. I don't know. I mean, is that lame? Probably, but I don't really want a tag match between those guys.
I'm telling you, Four Corners.
Oh, like a Fatal 4-Way?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Like, would you be splitting up Buddy and Seth before then? Or
no.
They'd still be on the same.
It'd be a tag match, yeah.
Okay.
It'd be like I mentioned.
Oh, an 8-man tag match.
No. It's for the tag titles, but you have Viking Raiders, they're one team.
Yeah.
Owens and Joe, they're one team. Seth and Buddy.
I'm sorry, I said 8 men. I meant 8 men altogether.
Yeah.
Four. Okay, Fatal 4-Way tag match. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
And then you can really play up potentially some discord between AOP and then Seth and Buddy.
Yeah, maybe.
It might make for an interesting story.
Could be. Let's answer some questions.
All right, yeah, sounds good.
Let's do that. I got some Discord questions here.
Cool. Over on YouTube here, Tom talks rubbish. In popular opinion, Shayna's biting Becky was cool, and blood made it more impactful. Best NXT call-up in a while. It was different, and they tried to go for impact, which I appreciate. I still don't know why she bit her.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me it was, look, I think that I thought the idea of it was fine. I think biting her was fine. I mean, for me it was just the very minor quibble of execution with just how much blood was on her face. Looked kind of silly. There was a great shot of her. They took like a still shot of her backstage in black and white.
Yeah, that was cool.
And it was really effective. So no, I think that's, if that is an unpopular opinion, I kind of share it.
I think people just took it as an opportunity to poke fun at it more than anything.
Wrestling is always great to poke fun at. I mean, look at our thumbnail. Look at that. It looks so gruesome.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Brian Luckman, with Elimination Chamber being one of the stops towards WrestleMania, aside from Crown Royal, who should win the Chamber, and who do you want to win it?
Well, assuming the Chamber, apparently there's been a Chamber match advertised for number one contendership for Universal title.
Oh, Universal.
SmackDown, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the Raw one's already set.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
It's Roman, Braun, Daniel Bryan, Nakamura, Baron. Shoot, who's the sixth person? I forgot who it was. Anyways, Roman will win because that's the match they're going to have at Mania, whether he faces Goldberg or The Fiend. It's going to be Roman versus Universal Champion at Mania.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Who should win?
I don't know, man.
I feel like the cupboard's kind of bare for main eventers on SmackDown. Like, Braun's got the IC title, so he's not going to have both. We've just seen Daniel Bryan Fiend, so we probably won't go back to that.
Mustafa Ali.
That would be great.
He's so cold right now, though, and it sucks so bad.
Yep.
Makes me so sad. Kofi Kingston.
Again, that would be great.
Yeah.
But they've done, they've just said, oh, you're in the tag division now. And granted, he's in a really good feud with Miz and Morrison that I've enjoyed quite a bit. but they've not really done a whole lot in terms of building
really
up.
Makes sense beyond Roman.
Yeah, building up challengers for the Fiend beyond Roman.
Yeah.
And they've done that by having a feud with Corbin, which really hasn't exactly worked that well. Jeffrey Nguyen says middle part of prime rib with a nice au jus.
Oh man, au jus.
It's gonna be like medium rare at most though.
Yeah, dude, so good.
John Misenberg, Seth is looking like Joseph Seed from Far Cry 5. I haven't played that game.
Alex C, should Shayna go full Minoru Suzuki crazy? Absolutely. If she ends up being like the Minoru Suzuki of WWE,
laughing in pain.
I think that's an awesome. That's a great goal to have.
It is. Ron Armenta, are they burying Asuka before Mania again? No, she'll have a tag title match. Her and Kyrie will. I mean, she didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because I saw this. Sean Rossap was having a heated conversation with some people.
Yeah, I saw that too.
About it. And here's the thing. I understand the sentiment because of how big of a deal she was in NXT, and everything hasn't been perfect with her. They've done a lot very right with Asuka.
Yeah.
They've done a lot very. They have done some that's very wrong, but it's been a while since they've really done her bad.
Ever since she's turned heel, I think they've pretty much done right by her.
I think they've done really good by her.
It felt like there was a chance walking in from NXT to really establish her as a dominant force. Even from the beginning, it was like no one was really scared of her.
And she took that loss at Mania, and it was not like a very long match or a very dramatic one. Yeah, I agree.
But they've kind of come back around, and they're, from her character work has been really
it's
good.
Terrific. Yeah,
her matches have been really good. And part of that maybe is where we don't expect her to be the same dominant force that she was in NXT now in the main roster, which was the case when she first got called up.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe right now it's a matter of expectations. We're not expecting NXT Asuka anymore. Tim Burton, I've been wanting Nikki Cross to start biting someone for some time. Shayna not the type to bite.
Alex Foster, why do people interrupt each other if they want to hear what they're saying? Seems counterproductive. What is the reference here?
Maybe when Charlotte, I don't know. No, because Charlotte, it was Rhea that wanted the answer. Maybe they just want to be there firsthand to hear them speak.
Oh, okay.
Gamer Realm, Shayna debuts in Castlevania Season 3.
Castlevania.
Inner Circle Bud Ryan, did you guys review the Alexa Bliss song on Overrun? I haven't heard it. I'm not a bowling for soup guy.
I heard like maybe 5 seconds of it, and I realized it really wasn't my thing. So no. It also just seems kind of cheesy.
Tom talks rubbish. Would Dreams return be better if Strong was champ? No, I think it's personal enough that it doesn't need to.
NXT is really good at booking stories without titles.
Yeah.
So no, that's fine. That fool showed up with his Roderick Strong's family and Dream airbrush on his tights. That was amazing. Hafty. So by vampire rules, Becky is now also a vampire, right? Or at least, or at the very least, a mind slave of Shayna. What should their vampirist tag team be called? Not the Brood 2, he says.
Well,
it'd be cool. They just ripped off. What if their tag team was called What We Do in Shadows?
That'd be good.
There you go. Is there something from that show that you can reference that's a bit less blunt?
To think about it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the whole thing, but the episodes, like I've seen like the second half of the first season. And that one, man, episode 7's so good.
Okay, man. I know. I never remember it. Whenever I'm home, I'm like, and Lacey and I are like, what shows haven't we watched? I never remember it. But then every time you bring it up, I'm like, damn, I really need to see that.
Yeah.
I never did see the original movie either.
I haven't seen that either.
I need to. Let's see here. But who's going to win that gauntlet match at Crown Royal, and why will it be Mansoor? Is he in it? I didn't see his name, his picture on the thing.
No, I didn't see him in it.
But if his picture was on whatever match he's in,
he'll win.
He's in it to win it.
Yeah, Alex Foster, if you guys had a WWE talk show, how would you address your guests? How would the show be different from the Cutting Edge and other shows? It would all be shoot, man. Edge walks in. Welcome, Adam Copeland.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. instead of the shit show, it'd be called the shoot show. That's what we'd call it. It's
Yeah.
the shoot show
The
with
shoot
Stephen
show.
Larson. Here, welcome our guest, Drew Galloway.
Yes, exactly.
So, Drew, what have they told you backstage about
Andrew,
what have they told you backstage about your prospects of winning against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania?
does Brock like you? Because if so, your chances are greatly improved.
Yeah. Does he like you? That's good.
Welcome, Trevor Mann.
Welcome, Trevor Mann. How did you feel when they put those asinine sound effects before your music package?
theme.
I've heard you're a Paul Heyman guy. Can you confirm that or deny that? I've heard you're one of 6 people he really likes here on Raw.
There you go. Welcome, Thomas Bunchen.
Is that Baron?
No, that's
Who's that?
Aleister Black.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Thomas. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Jamie Fonseca, or Seika, does Ricochet truly feel like a main eventer? I personally never saw him as one, even in NXT. Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's dabbling in the main event currently. He's not going to win.
Who are we talking about? Sorry.
Ricochet.
Oh.
In NXT, I felt like he was a main eventer because he was constantly involved in upper card stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, does he truly? Yeah. I mean, there's a difference, I think, between... So, Ricochet feels like he was, I would say, probably at the same point Drew was at prior to the Rumble. And it just took the Rumble, them pulling the trigger on, okay, now he's going to have an actual main event program for them to do it. If they had done the same thing with Ricochet, it's like, okay, well, now I see him as the guy.
Yeah.
But until then, sure, he feels like he could be one of the guys that they pull the trigger on. I feel like more like that with him than I do Aleister Black right now. Aleister Black would have been a really bizarre Rumble pick to win that.
Really out of left field.
Because that was the rumor that it was down to him and Drew for Raw.
Yeah.
That'd have been really weird.
Well, that would have been Aleister taking the loss to Brock at Mania.
Yeah.
Zach Sigmund, hey, friendos, instead of Charlotte challenging Rhea at Mania, she inserts herself into the match at Portland. Charlotte wins the belt there, and Rhea chases the belt where she wins it back at Mania. I mean, that's cool and all. I don't know how they work into the dynamic of
I don't think they would dick around
Rumble
with
winner.
NXT. Yeah.
Anthony Wood, this is a good question. Something not wrestling related, but when you watch the Westminster Dog Show, what dog group do you like watching?
It occurs to me that, sadly, as much as I love dogs, I've never really sat down and watched the dog show.
I've watched a few minutes of it, man.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if those dogs are treated the best anyways. I'm not saying they're treated poorly, but
I don't know. Yeah,
do you think any of those dogs want to be out there, getting all dolled up and groomed to the nines, and then having to stand a certain way?
Well, it depends. I don't know. Dogs enjoy doing their tasks, and if they have their jobs, if they've learned that that's
Let me
their
ask you
job,
this: if they'd rather do all that or lay around and lick their butts, what would they rather be doing?
Well, I'm not in mind of dog. I'm sure laying around licking your butt is awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd much rather do that than have to preen in front of judges.
Yeah, I don't know. Dogs get very antsy, though. A lot of them are very energetic. They just want to be doing
Some of them
stuff.
do. Some of them are. But then they can't necessarily be energetic at the dog show. They have to stand there.
That's true, too. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt.
No, like I said, I'm not trying to say that they're being, by any stretch of imagination, abused or mistreated sorely. I mean, like, dogs are animals. They want to do what dog thinks.
Yeah.
And they're forcing human goals upon them.
Yeah,
That's
right.
my point.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Let dogs be dogs. Anyways.
Rather that than like being a horse and have to do with horse racing.
Oh, yeah, that's horrible.
That's awful.
I mean, I'll go watch and bet money on it, but it's horrible.
Yeah.
I admit it's horrible. What dog group? Usually like the smaller dogs. I have a pug. I like pugs. So I'll watch the pugs.
I mean, I don't know. I like labs.
Labs are cool dogs.
They always look like they're so friendly. So like labs. Is there a lab group? Do they do that? Do they group them in labs?
Yeah,
Or
it's
is it
by
all
size.
It's by size.
By size and also by type. So like herding dogs are a different group, I believe.
Oh, well, that's what I want to see because Gypsy's a
Yeah.
herding dog.
Yeah.
And I want to see what focused gypsies can do.
Ryan Luckman says Larson equals cat person. No.
You can't stand cats.
I don't like cats at all.
I'm fine with cats. I've always been more of a dog
Mason
person.
says Larson hates guide dogs. Confirmed. Not true.
Oh man,
I don't like dogs if they're trained for a purpose that's helpful. Great.
Oh, except for the war ones. I can't stand that we do
that's
that.
heartbreaking.
I'm not huge on that, man.
But dogs trained to just stand there.
Yeah.
It's just like dogs don't want to do that. Like, I understand dogs, they like the validation from a job well done. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that totally. And if they're trained to help people, help other dogs even, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. But just to train them to stand there, when they probably just be licking their butts.
I think there's a lot of time in the day they can lick their butts plenty, man. I think that them standing there, they're getting a kick out of that because it's what they've learned to do as their job. So like, hey, I'm doing this
Maybe.
well. I like the
know.
validation.
I don't know.
I think they're okay, man. I think they're fine.
Alex C., do you dislike cats because Adam Mayhem worked on it? No, that's Steve's thing. I just never liked cats.
Oh, that poor
Cats
bastard.
don't feel like
he's all over Twitter too, like defending his team.
I get that. He worked hard on it. He said
Did he?
He said he worked like 26 days straight.
I don't know. I feel like he's just saying that to say it.
I
I don't see anybody else from the Cats team defending that stuff.
Oh, I saw
I think it's just Adam Mayhem.
Well, that's fine. What was I going to say? I don't know. That's just my feelings about the dog show. Like,
he was blaming on the producers for asking for ridiculous stuff. Did they ask for Judi Dench's hand to be a human hand?
well, I mean, ask the director to like do his job competently and actually put tracking on his actors who are going to be CG.
No, that is a fascinating story.
Like, that's the thing. That's like standard.
That's a fascinating story. What a weirdo.
I know. And he also wanted everybody to sing live on the set, which is like unheard of. You lip sync usually. Well. Anyways, no, it's just the vibe I get from watching the dog show. Again, it's not like I feel like the animals are being grossly mistreated.
Yeah,
it's like let dogs be dogs.
Yeah,
let dogs be dogs.
Fair enough. You're an advocate. That's cool. I can appreciate that.
It's not even that huge of a deal.
Yeah,
it's just that's why I watch it for like 10 minutes. Like, I just feel like none of these dogs really want to be doing this.
I always love the videos when the dogs go through the obstacle course and they completely ignore the rules.
Yeah,
and everybody's really nice about it though. They're always so cool. They're like,
what are you gonna do?
They're like, oh, that's your best.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
You're doing your thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody takes it too seriously.
No.
My like this chick I dated in LA for a spell, she was like into the dog show scene. It didn't last very long. Yeah. Because I can't get that deep into it.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe you're right. I think like there's just too much like, primping and poking at him and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe you're right about all that stuff.
Well, you see where they put the dog. I expect us to spend 10 minutes talking about dog shows.
Whatever.
They put the dog on the thing, and like the judge is going and like looking in their undercarriage, and the owner has to lift their butt up so they don't have bad posture or something like that.
Yeah.
Their tail has to be in the right position. It's just too much. I just feel like just let the dog be a dog.
Yeah.
Like, what does it matter if the tail is not the correct angle? Just let the dog be a dog.
Well, the dog doesn't know they're being judged.
I don't know, man. Dogs are pretty smart.
This is a good question.
What?
Handsome Be Wonderful says, should Seth Rollins tone down the Messiah gimmick for Crown Royal? Yeah, man. He needs to go in there like freaking shield Seth Rollins. Just forget about all that stuff.
Yeah, they might tone it down.
Can't be going in there calling yourself the Messiah.
They might tone that down a little bit. Thomas Dunnigan, if Shayna's now a vampire, what should the backstory be behind it? When did she get attacked by a vampire between the Royal Rumble and now?
Well, Damian Priest at her going away party.
Yeah,
he was like, "Hey, Shayna, I have a question for you." And she's
do you want to have the powers to beat anybody you want to, like I do here in NXT? I was like, actually, Damian,
do you want to live in infamy?
Let me make you vampire. Sure, why not?
And then she's like, no, I don't want that. He's like, oh, okay. Hey, what's over there? She turns around. Damn it, Damian.
No, Guion asked, so did Shayna take lessons from Damian Priest on how to vampire?
Yeah, it's very simple. Stay away from garlic.
Everybody's asking about Shayna being a vampire. See, that's the thing. I don't think they maybe thought about that.
Oh, man. Rich asked, will AJ wrestle before Crown Royal? I was shocked that I saw his face on the thing for Crown Royal. I figured it'd be Mania at earliest. Let's see here. Yeah, Eric Blaha, were you having RoboCop flashbacks every time you heard them say Murphy?
Murphy.
Cracked me up, though. Like,
Murphy.
How many times, what's his face? Tom Phillips kept on messing up.
Oh, I know.
And there's Buddy out there. Just Murphy now.
Baby Maharaja says, when Jinder comes back to challenge Drew?
That'd be good.
That'd be cool. Some 3MB storylines going there.
And then Heath Slater can get involved, too.
There you go.
I got kids. This is funny. Gary MacArthur said, "Did Shayna mishear and mistake Becky Lynch for Becky Lunch?" She wants small Becky Lunch.
Tom Talks Rubbish does ask, is Charlotte going to show up at TakeOver, right? I'd be surprised.
That's a possibility. I could see that maybe. I think it'd be fine if they incorporate a little bit of that into the story. Have her in the crowd scouting.
Yeah, that's true.
For potential new opponent. Because it doesn't really give either of them the advantage.
No.
Steve Klein. Hey, friendos.
Hi.
Would you ever wear Hardy Boys attire? Baggy pants and all. So you got the big raver pants.
Yeah.
And then the little,
the tight muscle shirt.
The Euro dancer guy.
No, not my age. I wouldn't do that.
I don't think at any age I would have done that. I was never a fan of those big old giant.
No, not that not that baggy. I used to wear my jeans relatively. The bigger
question really is, why is Matt Hardy still wearing those?
I think because they tell him to a certain extent. They're probably comfortable and easy to wrestle in.
You're absolutely right. They totally do. They're like, listen, we want people to think of Team Extreme when you come out there. But with Randy Orton, he wasn't, I know there was a physical altercation, but he wasn't wrestling him, so it's not like he shouldn't be coming out there in his wrestling gear.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
It was so goofy.
Yeah.
Just put on some jeans and a shirt, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll tell you, man.
His teeth are crazy, too.
Yeah.
Would you ever get some...
veneers?
Veneers.
I mean, if I had to, I would.
Yeah, right.
I hope my teeth aren't in that bad shape.
Anyways. This is the last question here. Jake Mountford. Is Garza just replacing Andrade for now while he's suspended, or is he actually going to stick around on Raw? I think he's making the case for himself, man.
Yeah.
I think he's going to stick around. He's so good.
I think it'd be pretty cool if Zelina, formulated a bit of a faction herself, Andrade,
Oh, it'd be
Garza.
terrific. That'd be terrific. I love his theme music, too.
Mm-hmm.
So poppy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it. We're going to do an Ask Steven Larson live in a little bit for $5 patrons and YouTube channel members.
Yeah.
So check out the Patreon wall and the YouTube channel community thread.
Yeah.
The threads are up. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Until next time. Talk to you later.
Goodbye.